Hello guys, this is the Gaming Revolution here and welcome back to an all new Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War Zombies video. So Season 5 has just released and we have received the brand new Outbreak region, which is Collateral. And on Collateral, there are new pieces of intel where we finally hear the Director of Requiem. I'm going to play a piece of intel for you guys right now that is an interrogation between Samantha Maxis and also the Director.
Wake up!
Where am I? Where's Notso?
You will answer our questions. Do you understand?
Who the hell are you?
That's not important. What's important is who you are. What is your name?
Fuck you.
Where were you born?
Kiss my ass.
Your name is Samantha Maxis. You were born in Berlin, November 5th. Is that correct? Is that correct?
I don't know. Everything is different now.
Oh, I know that better than you.
Where am I?
You're in Block 8. A facility specifically designed to take care of people like you.
Take care of people like me?
You're here to undergo some specialized tests.
What kind of tests?
You'll find out soon enough. The Dark Aether changed you in many ways. I just need you to know how much.
You don't know anything about me.
Really? I think you're going to be very surprised.
So as you just heard, that was absolutely insane, and those quotes were a direct reference to Black Ops 1 between when Mason was being interrogated by Jason Hudson.
Wake up. Wake up.
Where am I? Where's Reznov?
You will answer our questions. Do you understand?
Who the hell are you?
That's not important. What's important is who you are. What's your name?
Fuck you!
Where were you born?
Kiss my ass!
Your name is Alex Mason. You were born in Fairbanks, Alaska. In 1961, you served in a CIA assassination team known as Operation 40. Is that correct?
Now, a lot of people have been thinking that the director is in fact Hudson, but obviously that doesn't fit his MO at all. Yes, he was wearing a white shirt, but Hudson isn't the only one to wear a smart white shirt, and yes, he also had a similar deep voice filter on that piece of intel to Hudson in Black Ops 1. But I think the reason for this is because the Director of Requiem is in fact someone we know, and we will recognize his voice, and that person is none other than Eddie, the new incarnation of Richtofen, although his personality I believe is going to be very distinctively different to the original Richtofen, and if he has seemingly been adopted, his last name might actually be different to that of Richtofen. But yeah, the quotes from the interrogation basically confirm that the director is in fact Eddie, and here is why. He tells Samantha, "Oh, I know that better than you," when Samantha says that things are different now, and obviously she is referencing the fact that in this Dark Aether storyline, things are very different to the old Aether storyline prior to Tag the Toten. Ever since the universe was rebooted, everything is very different. And the director seemingly knows of Samantha's birth date to be the 5th of November, and that she was born in Berlin, which coincidentally is 115. So this was actually Samantha's birthday in the old Aether timeline. So literally no one would know her birthday. If you look at her character bio, scenario, no one else in Requiem knows of her birthday because it's just blank, it's unknown. So for the director to know her birthday, he must be someone from the old Aether timeline with knowledge of Samantha. And the only person who would be able to have that knowledge is none other than Eddie. Samantha even says, "You don't know anything about me," to which the director replies, "Really? I think you are going to be very surprised." Once again, I think she is going to be very surprised because most likely when she sees him, I feel like she's going to remember Eddie. Because although she's forgotten a lot of memories from the old Aether storyline, and it's basically like she's had a concussion since she went into the Dark Aether and gained these Dark Aether ethereal powers, which is why the director is in fact experimenting on her and interrogating her, is because of the fact that she has these powers, and he is most likely going to want to harness them for Project Janus, potentially to use her powers against the Forsaken One, which is probably going to be the final boss fight in DLC 4. But yeah, she started to remember things from the old Aether storyline, and I do think that when she sees Eddie, a lot of those old memories are going to start flashing back to her. And yeah, it makes complete sense as to why Treyarch have chosen to hide the director's face in the Toten ending cutscene, and as to why they have put a filter on his voice so we can't recognize his identity. Now, interestingly enough, we do know that the director speaks Russian, but maybe when Eddie grew up in this new universe, he could have been raised by Russians. He is most likely going to be able to speak English, Russian, and also German, because as we've learned from Toten, and I talked about this within my theory video from a while ago, it seems like the director actually used Klaus as his pawn to kill the CIA agents, and that Klaus's AI and personality is actually based off of the Director of Requiem. And this was so that the director could carry out this mission being close by within his office in Berlin, but not actually having to be there himself. He could do his dirty work through Klaus, of which his AI is actually based off of him. And if we listen to Klaus, his voice does sound somewhat similar to Richtofen.
Do you ever wonder why you are here? Question your role in the universe.
And he does have a German accent with an American personality.
An American-made robot with a German personality.
And yeah, we know that the Cerberus's AI was based off of the other members of Requiem.
Hello, I am CRBRS, but you could call me Cerberus, sure. I'm a Requiem service weapon, if you couldn't already tell.
Which seems to hint that Klaus's AI is based off of the director. And yeah, it makes sense for him to have a German accent with an American personality because when he was within the house, for some reason Dr. Monty made all of the children American.
I didn't even get my turn.
Did you have dolls as a child? Maybe you should have.
And what's more is if the director of Requiem knows a lot about Samantha, I wonder if he has been stalking her for a while, ever since she has entered this new universe. And like I said, if he is in fact Eddie, I do feel like he has a lot more memory of the old Aether storyline as opposed to Samantha, and he can probably use that to his advantage because he will have a lot of knowledge on the Dark Aether more than any other character, and that is why he is so interested in it.
Hello, Sam.
Leave me alone.
No. We've got work to do.
Oh, you going to electrocute me again?
I really hope it doesn't come to that.
What do you want?
I want you to show me some of your powers. Weaver and Gray both saw you do it. Why should I miss out?
What are you talking about?
I want you to move something, using only the power of your mind.
If you'd come down from behind that glass, I'd move something, all right.
I was worried you'd be like this. Why can't we just get along? I promise you, what I'm doing is for your own good.
You're insane.
Maybe. But I know what you're capable of. I just want to see it for myself.
What if I don't want to?
That would force me into the regrettable position of having to use more severe methods.
Is that a threat?
No, not a threat. Just an incentive.
Hello, Mr. Director.
Oh, you heard me come in. You're very perceptive, aren't you? Do you know how long you've been here?
Not counting bathroom breaks and mandatory exercise. 15 days. As of today.
And still no breakthrough?
What kind of breakthrough do you want? Your only goal seems to be trying to make me angry. But I'm not. Just disappointed.
You're probably going to be more disappointed when this session is over. You do know that none of them really care for you. Strauss, Carver, Weaver, even Gray. They've barely inquired as to your current situation.
That's not true. They wouldn't want me to be here. You're just trying to manipulate me. Test my emotional responses.
Like you did with them? Do you even know how much trouble you caused for your Requiem friends? Going behind their backs on your little secret squirrel mission with Ravenov.
I looked Weaver in the eye when I was taken to be brought here. He didn't want this.
You like him, don't you?
Not in the way you think. We just have history. Shared history. Shared trauma. You wouldn't understand.
I do understand. In fact, I was very forgiving about the whole thing. I mean, given Weaver's failures and lapses in security, I could easily have had him disappeared.
Don't test me.
Maybe I still should.
I'm warning you!
What on earth could you possibly do to me? You really are just a pathetic, sad, little, lost... Oh dear. I suppose we'll have to replace that glass now. But at least we're making progress.
And the director does say that the facility is built for people like her, inferring that he is experimenting on loads of different people like Samantha with these Dark Aether powers that have been exposed to the Dark Aether and have telekinetic and telekinesis like powers, and it does seem like Peck's ex-wife is one of them.
You wore the necklace from your 40th. Bought it at Dahlia's, your favorite. Lovely night, isn't it? Nothing like the Big Apple in wintertime. Fresh, crisp snow on the ground. Your eyes, my dear, they look almost violet in the moonlight.
And I do think that that might be the goal for Project Janus, to harness all of these powers from all of these different people that have been exposed to the Dark Aether, but we're just going to have to wait and see what the actual end goal is. Whether it is to use the powers for good, to fend off against the accursed one, or whether it is to use the powers for some sort of selfish reason, we're not exactly sure just yet, and it's hard to base the director off of the past actions of Richtofen, because most likely if he is in fact Eddie, he might be very different to the original Richtofen, so we're not exactly sure if he is still the conniving, manipulative, egotistical egomaniac like Richtofen was, or whether he's going to be very different, and may try and harness the Dark Aether for himself. And also there has been a leaked calling card floating around over on Reddit recently, and I won't show the calling card in this video due to obvious spoiler reasons, but it's most likely the calling card that you receive for completing the DLC 4 map Easter egg that's coming in Season 6. And yeah, it's not really too spoiler heavy, but the calling card does show the director's face, but the face that is shown is not really anyone that we can make out clearly. It's just a random guy with a pair of glasses on and a beard. And the thing is, if you go onto Face app and age Eddie to make him a similar age to Samantha and give him a beard and glasses, it it makes him look very similar to that calling card. So yeah, it really does seem like Eddie is in fact the director. And also, if Klaus's AI is in fact based off of the Director of Requiem, who may in fact be Eddie, well, here is the interesting thing. At the end of Toten, he went into the Dark Aether and seemingly came face to face with the Forsaken One, the Accursed One, the One. And we don't know much about this Elder God other than the fact that he is somehow the most powerful Elder God in the Dark Aether, managed to defeat all of the other Elder Gods as they've been battling and fighting against each other. And Klaus acted very surprised when he went in there and kind of had an oh shit expression.
I suppose this is the real reason why I'm here. Howard, it is important to feel needed.
And I do wonder if maybe the Forsaken might actually absorb Klaus, since everything in the Dark Aether is mashing together and merging together, which means, technically speaking, if Klaus does merge with the Accursed One, potentially he might have Eddie's personality. And that's just an interesting theory to think about. It could be completely wrong. He might just get killed on the spot. So I do wonder whether the director, if he is in fact Eddie, may be voiced by Nolan North, the original Richtofen voice actor, because he did say quite a while ago on TikTok that he won't be voicing Richtofen in this game, but maybe he is in fact going to end up voicing Eddie, because after all, Klaus does sound somewhat similar to Nolan North, so I am holding out on hope that he is returning. After all, he did voice Richtofen within Call of Duty Mobile recently.
Farewell. I'm afraid you've fallen down the wrong rabbit hole, but beggars can't be choosers, So let's make a deal. You help us, and you don't die. A win-win, yeah? Not that you have much choice here.
But yeah, I'm really excited to see the return of Eddie in the Cold War Zombie storyline. This was just a quick video. I do think that Treyarch have been trying to throw us off and make the community think that he might be Hudson by giving him similar clothing and also having these quotes reference back to the quotes from Hudson and Mason in Black Ops 1. But ultimately, I think that he is definitely Eddie. Anyways, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe if you're not here for the latest and greatest Call of Duty news and information. So anyways, thank you for watching, and bye.